But what does it all mean?
It's 42.
Good morning, T. How you doing?
Good morning. Good. You?
Yes, I'm very good, thank you. We had a packed weekend with the Arc'teryx Academy.
Indeed. Yes, many things happened.
Yep.
And we have to mention now we'll announce the rope giveaway.
True, yeah, we've got that as well. So we've got a rope giveaway, we've got Arc'teryx to chat about, a whole load of news. So let's get cracking, and we're starting with the IFSC roundup. This weekend was the second round of the IFSC Lead World Cup and the fourth round of the Speed World Cup. Now, this is a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the comps, we're about to be revealing the winners. In the women's speed, it was Desak Madre who beat Anna Brozek to the bronze medal, keeping ahead all the way, while in the main final, it was between Dai Nui who slipped, allowing Li Juandeng to cruise to victory. The men's bronze was won by Jinbao Long, who was against Vedrik Leonardo in the small final. In the final, Team China saw more gold in an incredibly close race between teammates Peng Wu and Jingguao Long. The race was won in the air, with Jingguao's fingertips just touching the pad first. We move on to lead, and for the men, Taisai Homa took victory. He looked nervous as he begun, but found his flow higher up and got the high point early on. Colin Duffy, fresh from his last comp gold in Innsbruck, had a slip on a foot change move and he fell for bronze. His teammate, Jesse Grouper, who is still in amazing form, had a plus higher and he got the silver. The women's route featured a mantle move and committing dyno. Natalia Grossman was first to break into the headwall and she got bronze, just being beaten by a Brooke Rabatu, who was looking strong, falling on the last sequence. Yanya Garmbret took victory in Vilas, the only athlete to top out any of the final routes. She was impressively strong. Can she be stopped this year? So the speed, that was cool.
That was very, 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 very cool.
It was. During qualifications, Kermel Katabin broke his own record on the first qualifying run, world record we're talking about here. He then beat the world record that he just set on another run. So it's like 5.4 now is the record. Closer to that under 5 second time.
Is it gonna go under 5 this year?
I interviewed some people about this.
Right.
They reckon, unofficially, apparently, it might have already happened in training. But obviously, we need to wait for the official world record, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I think it's at this point where it could happen.
So
like
it's
at
possible
any point.
and they've done it on an official wall.
I mean, rumoured too.
Rumored too.
I think it's just like if it all comes together. The thing is Vilas is a really good one for that, and I don't know why. Apparently it's something to do with the exact, because you know how tiny the margins are and stuff. They're all the same and blah blah blah. However, they are slightly different, and it's something to do with the texture of the wall and the altitude, which I actually thought would have gone the other way because it's quite high in Vilas.
But then it's cooler.
Maybe it's cooler. The temps, everything's got to come perfectly together. But I do think there's potentially it could be broken. Yeah.
But then Indonesian team, quite strong, quite quick.
Mm-hmm.
There is a World Cup coming up in Jakarta.
There is, however, I think the Chinese team might come along and spoil their party. 5 out of 6 medals went to Team China in the speed. That is pure dominance.
Right, yes.
So, yes. And then the league comp was good. Men's route was like quite straightforward. Like Taisai Homa did really well. He's been kind of knocking on the door. Excellent from him. Colin Duffy again. Blah, blah, blah. Wonderful form from that dude. He's just killing it. The women's had the jump.
Yeah.
Saw a few athletes looking like they were getting a bit injured on that one. Sheon So took a real spinner down, which looked more nasty than I think it was.
Okay. It's still not a nice fall to take. Like,
no, it's not.
I'm not saying we all took those falls, because no, but
yeah, it was a big jump. Yeah, there was safety. People were chatting about the safety thing. I mean, no one got hurt to my knowledge, but it looked full on.
Was it a bit too entertaining, maybe? So the safety aspect, not got forgotten, but just was.
It's a good question, T, because like I don't know, and the injury thing is because we've had some massive falls in bouldering as well, like big moves at the top of the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, no one is setting routes and boulders that are dangerous, right? And people think about it a lot. So there was boulder pads down for the men's stuff. If you put something spectacular on, you get that possibility for it to go spectacularly wrong.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know the solution. But Yanya was way back on form, looked incredible. Back on form? She's never been off form. She was in her form. 50 medals. 50.
Yeah. Yep. How many golds? Like 34?
I can't remember, but it is 50.
A lot.
It's
anyway,
a lot. Yeah.
no, it was awesome to see that comp. Women's final again with Yanya just topping the route and everything.
Yeah, it was amazing. Well, look, from that incredible high, we do have to talk about tragedy, sadly, once again in the mountains. And this story is a bit of a shocker. As reported by Planet Mountain, there has been a huge avalanche in the mountains after a section of the Glacier collapsed on the Marmolada. At the time of recording, 7 are confirmed to have been killed and 13 missing, with others injured. The mountaineers were all on the normal route of the climb. This story is changing and being constantly updated as authorities endeavour to locate and identify people who are currently missing.
There will be more information coming out in the following days. We'll keep the social media updated upon it, and probably next week we'll talk about it again. But I'm moving on to some bouldering news now, and it's actually a story that's quite close to the EpicTV team because James Squire at Banana Fingers just sent an 8C. 25-year-old James Squire just put up an 8C boulder in Heartland, England. He called it Paradise Found. He first tried the boulder in the summer of 2020, however, took a break from climbing and training in 2021. But this year came back to it, and after a total of 15 sessions, he was able to send it. Thanks, James. And as usual, I have a fun fact about James.
Of course you do. Go on.
It's not really a fun fact, it's just written on his 8a.nu. His birthday is on the 14th of October, and he's turning 26.
That is not a fun fact.
Yeah, it is.
I thought you were going to say something weird, like something. So what you've done is
just reveal
the
his
information
birthday.
That's available on the internet. You've just told us.
I like his birth date.
Why? Is it a special?
I don't know.
day?
I just can remember it, I guess.
Okay. Well, James, happy birthday for when? November.
14th of October.
Oh,
You're
October.
not listening.
I know. This is the thing. It just goes gone. Do I have a story? I do. 9A roundup. Will Bosey has made the first ascent of a long-standing 9A Plus project at Dumbarton Rock in Scotland, as reported by UKC. He's calling the route free at last and reckons the crux is probably an 8B+/8C boulder. Adam Ondra has climbed Hugo Fugo, a 9A in Slovakia. There isn't much information about this yet. We saw the story on 8A.nu and we'll share pics when we see them. Mathieu Bouillard has made the first ascent of a project he bolted 4 years ago. It's only recently dried up enough for him to try it, and he completed the roof climb after about 10 sessions. This again was reported by 8A.nu. Paul Robinson has made the third ascent of Legacy, a 9A route in Rocklands, South Africa. It was originally found and tried as a highball by Dave Graham, but now it's sensibly bolted. The fall from the top would be death, and the rock is fragile. So, good 9As. Will Bosey crushing it at Dumbarton, which is, have you ever been, well, I've been to Dumbarton once, where Rhapsody is, the E11, which was the hardest, still is the hardest
Scotland,
route.
yes.
Yeah. The rock is weird, it's like glass. It's like if slate got super slippery.
What type of rock is it?
Good question. I did know this, can't remember.
Sandstone, limestone,
No, it's
granite.
a weird rock, I can't remember. Let us know. It's something volcanic, but it's not, I don't know.
Are there volcanoes in Scotland?
Yeah. So that's that. Paul Robinson, does that boulder thing look cool? Highball. And I know people are going to be like, you should highball it, but like it looks really high and the landing is just, it's not even, like some highballs, you like stand there with a mat and it looks okay. It doesn't
come
look
on.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
Certain
route.
things, it's okay that they're bolted. I'm all for bolting. I'm a sport climber, obviously. But like,
I'm all for those routes as well. Short sport routes. Love
but
them.
There's a reason when climbing, there's a height limit.
There's a what?
There's a height limit on boulders.
When
there should be a height limit.
Boulder comps.
There should be a height limit outdoors as well. I get it. Like after 5 meters, everything is a high ball. But what about after 5 meters? Let's bolt stuff.
I can literally just imagine the keyboard warriors watching, going, okay, Terry. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, but it's because I had to sit through like you going on high stuff and like, spotting, not spotting. I was like standing away.
So
I was
you
gonna
were
get crushed
concerned?
No.
Oh, all right, yeah.
For my arms.
That would be the case. Oh, right. I see.
I was like fake spotting.
Cheers, T.
No
Well, that absolute bombshell will go onto the 9B counter.
No.
No?
I have more news.
Oh, gosh.
I have 2 bits more of news.
I'm so devastated. I forgot what I'm doing. You just carry on. I'm just going to drink my coffee.
I have a 9A news. As reported on fanaticClimbing.com, German climber Luisa Debser sent Speed Integral a 9A for Alpsen. Luisa has been climbing for over 20 years, and since the start of the year, she also sent the trad route Prinz Hoffnung, an 8B plus trad, and a couple of 8Cs. In the last year, she made climbing more of a priority, working part-time at a climbing gym as an instructor and route setter. And recently, she started working for a foundation that promotes sustainability and safety in the mountains. Luisa is a true weekend warrior. Speed Integral season is back. It's the second ascent that we saw this summer.
Yeah. Is that the route that's like really that vertical crag?
The very vertical, wavy crag.
Yes. I've always wanted to climb there.
7-hour car drive from Chamonix.
Yeah, I drove past it the other day though. That's the problem.
No, because it's like up in a valley or something.
Well, I drove near it the other day.
But
It's
who
like
wants to
near-
go from Cham?
I literally did it. Is that it?
No, I have more news.
Oh, I really screwed up the 9B counter, didn't I? I came
news.
well premature,
I
sorry.
have more news from the Peruvian Andes and the Pou brothers. As reported on planetmountain.com, the Pou brothers are down in the Peruvian Andes, and as usual, they're making some groundbreaking ascents. Together with Peruvian mountaineer Miquel Quito, they've established 2 new routes. The first, called Hanan Pacha, and reaches the summit of Urus Oste, a 5,450 meter high peak. To climb Hanan Pacha, they started at the base camp at 4,900 meters, and the route is 425 meters long with 90 degrees ice. 3 days later, they went up Urso Oste 3. The peak has an elevation of 5,270 meters, and the route they established is 640 meters long with difficulties up to M6 and 75 degrees. A few days later, the brothers climbed a new route on the Kashan North face. They called it Bizirik. With difficulties up to M6 and 85 degrees, the line is 980 meters long. And they descended down the opposite side of the mountain before returning to their base camp for a total round trip of 13 hours and a half. So a lot going on there.
Yes.
All first ascents.
Wow.
And there are 2 videos on YouTube. Always like nice, short, sweet, entertaining, very nicely filmed. And on one of them though, we see like Enko's face like smashed up from like
really?
ice. It's
Well,
in
like
Spanish.
smashed up.
Well, like, you know, like
Okay.
just like when you get
Yeah.
hit by ice, or like when you hit yourself with an ice axe. It was in Spanish, so I didn't really understand what they said. Oops. But under those YouTube videos, there's like a longer comment and more of a description of the routes and what they've been through. And on one of them, it said that the cameraman was worried about them because they descended on the opposite side, so he didn't like find them.
Okay.
So, but no, they're all fine, and the videos are fun. You know, it looks like
They
always
are
have
fun though.
They are fun.
They're wicked, aren't they?
Yes, and they're always having a good time. And like, you know, I always say like, never on ice. I would never trust frozen water.
Yeah.
They make it look like a good time,
They're really good.
and they're really good.
They're really good.
They are really
Yeah.
good. But yeah, cool ascents. I'm sure we're gonna see more honestly from them.
Of course. Right, finally, it's the 9B counter.
Luisa gets 1 point.
Woo! Women's 9A plus?
No, 9A.
Is it just 9A? Okay.
Yes, but it's all in the same counter, isn't it?
Yes.
We
Where is the
decided-
counter? Have we got a counter? No. Shop stuff, which is exciting because we're in the middle of the enormous Epic TV Shop summer sale.
Yes.
Up to 60% off some items. And look, I cannot say this enough. Stuff is on there right now. It might not be on there in a week. So if you want something cheap now, get it now, because once it's gone, it's gone. We don't restock the sale. Okay? It's important to remember that. So if you see something you want, get it.
Especially climbing shoes. Like the sizes go. And if you
Yes.
have like average size feet, you know, you might want to, you know,
true.
get that quickly.
If you're EU 42-ish, snap them up. Are we going to reveal the rope thing, or is that later?
Guys, just keep watching.
Okay.
If you want a rope giveaway, you'll find out in the comments, because I picked a comment that's related to the rope giveaway.
Okay.
But on another note, Epic TV merch
Yes.
that you're wearing,
Yes,
or
I
that
am.
you've got to show the other t-shirt as well. Anyway, we have the brand new collection on the Epic TV shop. I'm wearing a sports bra.
Right.
That's why I
You're wearing
kept
a
my
jacket.
jacket on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the jacket Epic TV merch too?
No,
Right.
because, you know, pink
We don't do pink, that's true.
I like pink.
Should we do pink?
Well, EpicTV is very black and white.
Yeah, and red.
And red, but black and white goes with everything. But I'm wearing a sports bra for a good reason, because I actually like it. And I don't like sports bra because usually they, try to kill you. Instead, this one is nice and breathable, and the elastic band is not an elastic band, is like knitted.
It's a knitted elastic band.
Yes, but it's a whole knitted thing, so it doesn't like cut into your torso.
Right.
If you want to try it on, because I know
I'll give it a go.
It doesn't look like you believe me.
No, I'm just.
If you want to try it on,
I'm unaware of the intricacies of elastic knitting design for women's sports bras, I should do.
They're really uncomfortable usually. Yeah,
I didn't
and it also
genuinely
comes
know.
with like booby pads. Just in case.
Is that another technical?
Well, yes,
fashion
because you can
term?
take them in and out.
Right.
So like if you wash it, you can take it out, and
so with
it's a good
removable
sports bra, in other words.
pads.
Yes.
Cool.
And it has the little EpicTV logo and the EpicTV big logo.
You've done such a better job at selling this than I've done on selling. I just went like this.
I like this one, and it's black. It goes with everything.
It looks good. It looks good.
And it's not super short. It's like a good length. Anyway, check it out on the EpicTV shop.
Yeah, grab it. Content. And I want to talk about Maurice Wells, because we did the 48 hours with Maurice Wells, which was a big video.
Yes.
For the gear show. Then we did a board session on the Cafe Craft wall, right? So me and him on that famous thing. Check out the teaser.
Yeah, the foothold is a bit too low.
Yeah.
Whoa, that crossover is hard too.
So I'm going to do it from that move. See if I can make this second jump. I'm so sweaty.
Come on.
Ooh, close.
Yeah.
I need to close
Almost.
it. Yeah, almost. It's a weird hold. It's kind of round. So you grab it like a crimp, but it's almost like a pinch.
Nice, come on.
Oh, man.
Now the crossover.
You are kidding me.
Yeah.
There are links down below for both the gym hit and the main 48-hour video of Maurice. So check it out. He's a dude. Love him. Pretty cool.
He's a dude. I loved the end of the video. It was like super set up, but you know how you greeted him. It was like such a bro.
That's not the end of the video. The end of the video is my deep, meaningful summing up. Which honestly,
I closed it by then.
I said to Johan, the cameraman, what? I was like, I want to go full Grand Designs, Kevin McLeod on this bit.
Like soppy.
Yes, literally that. And I did this thinking thing when I walked to the car and put my bag in. It took like 6 takes. I'm not even joking. And I just wanted to be uber deep. I'm serious.
Was it? No, I do. Yes, I do remember that scene. I like the handshake that you had with him. You guys bonded. It looked like that.
Yeah, it was good. I literally went Kevin McLeod. All it was in my head. I was just like, I want to be Kevin. This kind of feeds on quite nicely
he
because...
wears Scarpa shoes.
Who
remember? The Kevin.
Kevin?
Yes.
Oh, the approach shoes.
Yes.
That's a real nerdy thing to know about Grand Designs. Such a nerdy thing.
I noticed the shoes. Like, oh, they're Scarpa.
And the thing is, I know you're right as well.
Blue ones.
Please, let's talk about more content.
Oh, no, we're talking about the Arc'teryx Academy.
Yeah.
Because that was the busy weekend we had.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the teaser.
Today we're going on a clinic that's very gear related. So we're headed to La Pierre of rock climbing and mental strength.
We're just over the border into Switzerland to try to climb the traverse of the Perron, which is behind me.
The goal for this clinic is to bring our attention in the moment.
My rope. Okay.
Yes, I'll give it a go as well.
Yeah, super tricky.
Moved up 1 meter.
Okay, thank you, Pete. There was some cool stuff in that teaser.
Yes.
You and Hugo were 2 days on it because I was IFSCing, and then I came, woke up at 4:15 in the morning, drove over. Me and Hugo did this wicked ridgeline, which you didn't do because you were very injured.
Yeah, thank you for taking over. I mean, you were going to go anyway.
I was definitely going to go anyway, yeah.
But yes, after the first clinic on Friday morning, I managed to smash out my ankle. Dude. But the clinic I went to was what's it called? Rock climbing and mental training, which was based on the book The Rock Warrior's Way. And it basically tackles the fear of falling that everybody has, but in like a very structured and very structured like mental and physical training plan.
Okay, how did you feel after it? This is the talking point, by the way. This is the discussion.
I smashed out my ankle because I don't know how to walk.
Yeah, but did you do the falling bit?
I did the falling bit. We didn't stay enough to do the lead falling bit.
Okay.
So I also don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
But in other words, this was a new clinic that the Arc'teryx Academy put up. That's why we joined in. And the guides on it were wicked. And they were good fun. And afterwards, I feel I picked up on a couple of essential like body mental mechanisms that I never thought about, and I was actually a bit annoyed in the moment. I was like, why do they keep telling me to breathe and look and you know, and think about my body posture? I was like, it's fine. And then the more I did it and the more they asked me to do it the proper way, like, you know, you suddenly get it as well.
You're going to teach me so I'm not scared of falling anymore.
I do think I personally, I'd really want to go on like a long week course with them because
But you're not scared of falling as well. So if it helped you,
I don't
it's
do
really
it
going to help.
properly though. I close my eyes and like hope for the best and shout a couple of things.
Nothing wrong with that. That's how I approach life.
No, but like there is a more zen way to do it, and why not tackle this issue that everybody has?
I wish I had done that clinic. And this is what we wanted to talk about, because Arc'teryx are our sponsors, okay? We do the academy, but it's also a really cool thing to do. And something that I noticed this year, just by that route I did, because we had a guide with us, okay?
Right.
So me, Hugo, and him were a team, but we followed a group from the academy.
Yeah.
Now, I think my but the thing I thought Arc'teryx could improve on is bringing up the level for people who are like intermediate at stuff.
Right.
And I think they've kind of done that, because we did the Traverse of the Perron, which is incredible. You saw from the thing. That's like an adventurous route. That's out there. So you now get to go on the academy, and if you are a total beginner, you're always covered, right? But I think now they've got the sort of progression thing a lot better.
Yeah.
And there's more clinics that are helping that. The falling one, for example. Beginners aren't going to be learning how to lead fall.
No.
It's for someone who climbs.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool this year. Anyway.
And what did I want to add? But yeah, also like beginners in certain aspects of the sport. Because I met a really good sport climber the other day, and she was doing a trad climbing clinic. She was like, I want to get into trad climbing.
Yeah.
So it was such an easy way to approach a new aspect of the sport. And in a fun way as well, because you do get on these clinics, you meet these amazing guides, you know, you have these groups, and like, it looks like a good time. We joined in as much as we could have. I joined in as much as I could. I would have smashed ankle. But yeah, what other clinics did we do? Aid climbing.
Okay. Which is hard to film, because I've tried to do it before.
Very hard to film.
It's a slow motion kind of sport, isn't it? It's not
I
like
made it entertaining,
speedy.
Matt.
Did you?
I promise. Yes, I was like, I had cams, ladders,
Right.
fifis.
You added the razzmatazz into aid climbing. That's been so missing from that sport. Look, those videos will be coming out over the next couple of weeks on EpicTV, so make sure you subscribe to Climbing Daily so you don't miss them. Comment of the week, and we're going to have to sing because no one sent them. If you want to send a song and prevent what's about to happen, climb@epictv.com. We usually show them because we don't get that many.
What mood are you feeling?
I am feeling jazzy.
Jazzy?
I don't know what that means.
Jazzy?
Comment of the week.
Thank you.
Jazzy. Have you got one?
I do. It's the rope one.
Oh yes, go on, reveal it. This is it. This is the winner, right?
Let me find the comment.
Should I do, you haven't found it?
Well, and I also have to find
Right.
the
Well,
video
look,
with
while
the
you
rope.
do that, T, while you look for that, I will say my comment, because this is me making up a nationality. Because last week, I think I said Japanesey when I was replying to someone from the Japanese team. Yes, that's obviously not the right way to say it, as quite a few people pointed out. I did invent a new nationality. I messed it up, made a mistake. I also called Sasha Lehman Sebastian Helenke during a video on the IFSC at the weekend. No, I called him, it's worse than that. I called him, I think, Sebastian Lehman. Don't know why.
Is this broader called
I even
like
wrote
that?
it down correctly.
Is there a reason
No.
why you blended
Nope.
the two?
It's because
Is it online, or you just like Or they fixed it and you outed yourself?
No one noticed,
reason?
including me, until it was put up. And then I had to watch it twice to even realise my mistake. Again, people were very kind to point out my mistakes, so thank you for that. Right, I've given you enough time. Have you got it?
It happens.
Have you got the winner?
Yes, but with all of these things, I just want to point out, like, it's not this, like, it's not, oh, whatever, I'll shut up.
Are you kidding me? I called Sebastian
No, that one, yeah, that's a big boo-boo.
So stupid.
that's,
It's fine, I'm okay.
we also filmed with him.
I know. Like, look,
Like
when
a
I make a
couple
mistake, I made a mistake. I said his wrong name, and I called someone Japanese or something, because I just couldn't speak in that moment. Apologies. Team Japan.
Speaking the whole time isn't that easy.
Are you feeling because you still haven't found this thing?
No, I found it.
All right, go.
I'm thinking about
I'm
to
gonna do a
say
drum
the
roll.
surname because now
There we
I'm
go.
going to butcher
And
it.
ladies and gentlemen, the
So
winner
my
of...
comment, I'm pretty sure
I'm trying
he's
to hype
Italian.
you here. Just let me...
Aspetta.
I'm going to build you and then you go. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for this all episode. We told you rope was coming and now it is. The winner of the rope competition on Gear Show will be revealed by Terry Gotti.
The comment is from Luca Gamero. Gamero.
Gotti.
Oh, I'm so
Give
sorry.
me so much build-up.
And he says, what about the rope giveaway with 2 question marks? Because he was very keen on, I guess, winning the rope.
Right.
But unfortunately, he didn't win it. So sorry, Luca.
T, who won the
Mi
rope?
dispiace. Jose Gonzalez Sola Varquez.
Yeah! Woo!
Vasquez?
Fireworks.
I need to learn Spanish.
Have we contacted this person?
No, so basically, Jose, your comment is pinned on the top of the rope video. There is no way to send messages on YouTube, correct?
Right. What personal direct messages? No.
Exactly. So there's no sliding into DMs. But please message us on Instagram and we'll get back to you and send you the rope.
Yes.
So there you go. Jose.
What a show. Thank you, T.
Thank you, G.
I think it might just be me next week because
Is
you
it?
and Hugo are going off on a shoot. Which
Yeah,
is
but
quite
we're
exciting.
going in the afternoon.
Well, it might. Well, yeah, we'll see. It's either
You
us-
don't want to do the new show with me.
I
Fine,
can't
won't
see
take
you
it
coming all the way
personally.
down. And then, anyway, it'll either be me or it'll be T. Whatever. We will be back next week for more news. Thanks for watching.